So why, pray tell, would you ever fear missing a move? That's what a neophyte does. That's a hallmark for someone that says, I don't want to be in this trade. I know if I stay with it, I'm going to be a loss. But I know also if I get out, it's going to move. What? That's what they're talking to you with. They're telling you those things. They're literally telling you in no uncertain terms. They have no idea what they're doing. Why listen? Their results are not rooted in sound logic. It's just happenstance. And I had 9 months of happenstance. Initially, I had that. And it evaporated. So you want to have logic. You want to have sound logic as to why you're taking a trade. And you want to be doing it with a rule-based idea that you've worked with for months, that you have grown accustomed to. When it doesn't work for you because you're floundering in the beginning, you have no idea what you're doing, but you're not beating yourself up because you're not losing money. You're not wasting the mortgage money. Your spouse isn't going to be upset with you because you've wasted some money that should have been used for some other things around the home. If you just listen to me, I'm going to keep you out of trouble. Your spouse can't be upset with you because you didn't waste any money. I'm not charging you any money. I'm teaching you a life skill that is absolutely going to benefit you in more ways than you realize. But you can't do things outside of what I'm telling you to do and what not to do. If you do, you're teaching yourself. The results are yours. And when you fail, don't ascribe that to me. The folks that listen to me, that do everything I tell them to do and what not to do, and how to progress and practice and study and learn in a demo account. Stop listening to people complain about, I'm teaching you in a demo account. Why doesn't this guy trade with a live account? Why can't you be as accurate as I am? How about that? Okay, let's start there. How come you can't be as accurate as I can? Because until you get that fixed, I don't need to do anything else. So be comfortable with discovering who you are. Be comfortable with not knowing all the answers in the beginning, because you'll learn them. You'll find your own unique approach to doing this. With everything that everyone else has been exposed to with my content, you might not want to trade that 2022 model. You might use the optimal trade entry. You might just simply do a bullish breaker, bearish breaker. That's enough for you. During 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, if a breaker forms, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You just won't get the better fill that the fair value gap would give you. So it's a matter of letting your own personal tastes and your own personality dictate what you're going to do. That way you don't feel pressed into a mold and have the same feelings I had, where I can only trade what this guy said in this book. And if it didn't make sense to me, I wasted all those times forcing something that wasn't fitting me. It didn't fit me. And what I've already given you is more than you'll ever find in any other medium. No other teacher, no other resource, no other approach is going to get this much detail that removes all the things you're worrying about. You're worried about what happens if this and what happens if that. How about what if you just listen, follow the rules, and let time do its work? Let's do that. Humor me, okay? Spend this year doing what I'm telling you to do and avoid the things I'm telling you to avoid. And then come at me with your questions. Because I promise you, you're going to see results that you can't appreciate now because you don't know what's coming. You don't know where your discoveries are going to be in yourself. And many of them might be painful, but don't run from them. Don't hide from them. You don't want to be in a situation where you're trying to pray your way out of a situation that you put yourself into, and your conscience is telling you, get out of it. Just simply get out. If you have the thought process of, if I get out of this, or when I get out of this, I know it's going to move, you don't know what you're doing. You're not content with the model. So you're greedy. You're being greedy. I know if I get out of this trade, I'm in profit right now, but I know as soon as I close this trade, it's going to run. If you vocalize that outwardly, if you type that into any kind of social media, that is the surest testimony that you don't know what you're doing. You have work to do. Refine that. Why is it that you feel that way? What are you lacking? Targeting. Time of day. Day of week. Simple. But you can't appreciate that until you wrestle with it. And then when you come to terms with it and you understand, oh, well, I don't have to be concerned about if I get out of it and it runs, because the setups that I use, they're time-based and they form every day within a 60-minute window. What am I worried about? Like, you're never going to have another 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock period ever in trading. Like, there's never going to be another trading day that never has that time window aspect. Even on holiday schedules, there's a 10 to 11 because they shut it down at noon. Silver bullet. That's why it's named that. But if you have a full trading day, you have one again between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. That could be your entire model. Why are you stressing? You're worried about stuff that has no real bearing on the success or failure of your future trading endeavor. You're making mountains out of molehills. Worrying about stuff that's eating up energy, time, and concern.